Ladies and gentlemen, dear FC Barcelona supporters, dear Cules from all over the world, here we are gathered today in a particularly delicate moment. A moment that, I fear, will mark the beginning of our season in the most worrying light. Yes, you heard it right. Hansi Fleissant, a source usually well-informed and often reliable when it comes to Barca's internal news, has just officially confirmed, and I choose my words carefully, 4 pieces of bad news. 4 injuries. 4 key players. 4 pillars of our team. 4 potential absences that, if confirmed, could well disrupt our plans, shake up our squad, and plunge our fledgling season into the most anguishing uncertainty. And that's not all, my friends. These injuries are not minor. They don't affect rotational players or youngsters in development. No. They strike 4 starters, or at least players who, in recent seasons, have been indispensable to our game, our identity, and our ability to compete with the best. For players who, without exaggeration, carry part of the soul of this club. So yes, the concern is legitimate. Yes, anger is starting to brew. And yes, questions are multiplying. How did we get here? Why now? And above all, what will happen in the coming weeks? In this video, we will break down each of these injuries, one by one. We will analyze the potential impact on our squad, our tactics, and our collective mentality. And above all, we will try to understand what this means for the rest of the season. A season that, let's remember, has only just begun. La Liga is already underway, and in just a few days, we will dive into the most formidable arena of all, the Champions League. A competition where every detail counts, where every absence comes at a cost, and where every mistake can be fatal. So, hold on tight, because what I'm about to reveal in the next few minutes is not just a simple list of injuries. It's a real sporting puzzle, a logical and emotional challenge, and above all, a test of resilience for our club, our players, and us, the supporters. Let's start with the first name, a name that alone makes every Cule shudder, Pablo GAVI. Our midfield prodigy. Our jewel from La Masia. Our symbol of youth, pure talent, and limitless commitment. GAVI, a player who, at just 20 years old, has already made history at the club with his audacity, technique, and unconditional love for the Blaugrana jersey. But here's the news, and it's painful. GAVI has felt new pain in his knee. Not just any knee, the knee that was already operated on. The one that kept him off the pitch for nearly a year. A year, my friends. 365 days of frustration, rehabilitation, and uncertainty. And now, just when we thought we were finally seeing him return to his level, just when we hoped to see him definitively explode, here he is injured again. A pain that returns, like a bad omen, like a nightmare that refuses to let us go. The consequences are immediate and brutal. GAVI wasn't even called up for the matches with the Spanish national team. Imagine for a moment, a player of his caliber, an undisputed starter, a future leader, excluded from the national team due to injury. That says a lot about the seriousness of the situation. And now, the big question, the one that chills our blood. How long will he be unavailable? No one knows. The doctors aren't communicating. The club is evasive. And we, the supporters, are left with our fears, our darkest scenarios. Because let's be clear, without GAVI, Barca is no longer quite Barca. His absence is a gaping hole in our midfield. It's less creativity, less pressure, less of that crazy energy that makes him a unique player. And above all, it's a worrying sign. What if this injury is more serious than we think? What if, once again, the curse of injuries is dashing our hopes? Let's move on to the second name, another undisputed starter, another pillar of our defense, Alejandro Balde. Our left back. Our machine for attacking and defending. The one who, season after season, has proven to be one of the best, if not the best, in his position in Europe. A fast, technical, enduring player, capable of unbalancing an opposing defense in the blink of an eye. But here's the problem. Balde was not selected for the Spanish national team. So far, nothing alarming, you might say. After all, managers make choices. But here's the real blow. During a training session with Barcelona, he suffered a slight injury. An injury that, according to initial reports, could keep him off the pitch for at least 3 or 4 weeks. 3 or 4 weeks, my friends. Almost a month. A month without Balde is a month without our starting left back. A month where we will have to improvise, patch things up, find makeshift solutions. A month where our opponents, led by Real Madrid, will rub their hands in glee at the sight of our weakened, less mobile, and less dangerous defense. And then there's the question that haunts us all. Is this injury really minor, as they say? Or is it a communication strategy to downplay the media impact? Because let's be honest, a minor injury that keeps a player out for a month doesn't exist. Either it's more serious than they're saying, or there's something they're hiding from us. And in either case, it's not good news. Third name on this blacklist, Frenkie de Jong. Our Dutch midfielder. Our playmaker. The one who, with his vision, technique, and ability to dictate the tempo, is one of the most important players in our squad. A key player, indispensable, irreplaceable. De Jong traveled with the Dutch national team. So far, so good. But here's the problem. He is suffering from severe discomfort in his glutes. Discomfort so intense, so debilitating, that it simply prevents him from playing. Imagine for a moment, a player of Frenkie de Jong's caliber, unable to set foot on the pitch, unable to train, unable to contribute. And what do we do in such a situation? We send him back to Barcelona. Yes, you heard it right. De Jong was given the green light to leave the national team and return home, where the club's doctors will examine him thoroughly. But here's the real problem. No one yet knows the extent or severity of his injury. Is it just a minor strain that will pass in a few days? Or is it something more serious, deeper, more worrying? Because let's be clear, without Frenkie, our midfield loses its compass. He's the one who organizes the game, distributes the ball, and allows our forwards to shine. Without him, we are disoriented, less fluid, less dangerous. And in a season where every point counts, where every match is a battle, such an absence could cost us dearly. And finally, the last name on this tragic list, Lamine Yamal. Our young prodigy. Our La Masia gem. Our hope for the future. The one who, at just 16 years old, has already dazzled the world with his talent, maturity, and ability to take control of matches. But here's the bad news. During the match against Bulgaria, Lamine Yamal suffered from severe back pain. Pain so intense that he had to train alone, away from the group, with the rest of the Spanish national team. A worrying, concerning situation that sends shivers down every supporter's spine. Yet, officially, everything is fine. Coach Luis de la Fuente claims it's nothing serious, that our young player can continue playing, that everything is under control. But let's be realistic. When a 16-year-old player suffers from back pain to the point of not being able to train normally, there's reason to worry. The back, my friends, is an ultra-sensitive area, especially for a player so young, so physically fragile, and so tactically in demand. And then there's that nagging fear. What if, by pushing through, by playing despite the pain, Lamine Yamal worsens his injury? What if, in a few weeks, we find ourselves without our gem, without our future, without the one who was supposed to make us dream for years? Because let's not forget, back injuries don't heal with the snap of a finger. They require time, patience, and meticulous rehabilitation. And in the ruthless world of professional football, time is a rare commodity. So here we are with 4 injuries, 4 potential absences, 4 hard blows in just a few days. 4 key players, starters, indispensable men, who may well be missing from the upcoming matches. And now, my friends, the burning question on everyone's lips. Which of these injuries worries you the most? Is it Gavi's, that fragile genius, that symbol of our youth, whose injury might well be a sign of a chronic problem? Is it Bald's, our untouchable left back, whose absence would destabilize our entire defense? Is it De Jong's, our irreplaceable midfielder, whose glute discomfort might hide a deeper issue? Or is it Lamine Yamal's, our prodigy, our hope, whose back pain could well jeopardize his future? Tell me in the comments. I'll read every reaction, every opinion, every concern. Because this situation, my friends, affects us all. It's our club, our team, our passion that's at stake. So here we are. 4 injuries. 4 uncertainties. 4 challenges to overcome. The season has just begun, and already, adversity is knocking at our door. But let's remember one thing, dear Cules. Barca has never been a club that lets itself be defeated. We have survived crises, overcome obstacles, and faced down even more formidable challenges. Yes, these injuries hurt. Yes, they worry us. Yes, they put us in a delicate position. But we must stay united, keep the faith, and continue supporting our players. Because, at its core, Barça is more than a club. It's a family, passion, an unshakable faith. And together, we are stronger. So see you soon, my friends, for the next video, where we will continue to analyze, decode, and support our team, no matter what.